Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 4th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Makakaroti Rajalam
Pangun Langayate Girim
Jatkipatamahang Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram
Hare Om
Tat
Tat Sat. Today, compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book.
Continuation of the compilation of Sri Krishna Chaitanya book, chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya accepts Govinda as his personal servant. Under the section The Lord's Return to Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya 13.130. The devotee known as Govinda, endowed with a pure mind and ocean of good fortune, eternally huge from wandering in many holy places, went to Puri. There he saw the merciful Gauranga, the ocean of mercy, and became attached to serving his lotus feet constantly.
ভক্ত বেষ্টিত প্রভু আর দিন সার্বভৌম আদি ভক্ত সঙ্গে বসিয়া আছেন মহাপ্রভু কৃষ্ণ কথা রঙ্গে.
The next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat with all the devotees headed by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and they discussed the pastimes of Krishna.
গোবিন্দের আগমন ও নিজ পরিচয় প্রদান. হেনকালে গোবিন্দের হইল আগমন দণ্ডবৎ করি কহে বিনয় বচন.
At that time, Govinda appeared on the scene, offered his respectful obeisances, and spoke submissively. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.48. A voice from behind the scenes. He is a devotee of Lord Krishna and a sincere servant of Ishwar Puri. His heart is pure and he is renounced, detached from the objects of material sense gratification. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.49. Sarvabhauma, listening. One of Lord Jagannath's servants approaches. Who is he? Is he the representative of the temple superintendent? No, since he, representative of the temple superintendent, is not in the renounced order. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This person seems to have come from Ishwara Puri. Sarvabhauma, looking, let me see and find out. He looks very carefully. The person named Govinda enters. Govinda to himself. Ishwar Puri sent me here, saying, go to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I cannot understand the limits of my good fortune. He approaches and offers obeisances with folded hands. Govinda to Lord Chaitanya. My Lord, Ishwar Puri said to me, when I first saw Krishna, Chaitanya, I became filled with happiness. I do not see any other place for you. Go to him. In this way, Ishwar Puri sent me to your feet.
ঈশ্বর পুরীর ভিত্ত গোবিন্দ মোর নাম পুরী গোসানজির আজ্ঞায় আইলো তোমার স্থান.
I am the servant of Ishwar Puri. My name is Govinda, and following the orders of my spiritual master, I have come here.
সিদ্ধি প্রাপ্তি কালে গোসাঞ্জি আজ্ঞা কইল মরে কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য নিকটে যাই সেবিব তাহারে।
Just before his departure from this mortal world to attain the highest perfection, Ishwar Puri told me that I should go to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and render service unto him.
Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhurya 10:134.
গুরু গুরুভ্রাতা কাশীশ্বরের পরে আগমন সম্ভাবনা যাপন। কাশীশ্বর আসিবেন সব তীর্থ দেখিয়া প্রভুর আজ্ঞায় মুঞ্জি আইনু তোমা পদে ধাইয়া।
Kashishwar will also come here after visiting all the holy places. However, following the orders of my spiritual master, I have hastily come to be present at your lotus feet. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.135.
প্রভুর দৈন গোসাঞ্জি কহিল পুরীশ্বর বাৎসল্য করে মোরে কৃপা করি মোর ঠাঞ্জি পাঠাইলা তো মারে।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, My spiritual master, Ishwara Puri, always favors me with parental affection. Therefore, out of his causeless mercy, he has sent you here.
Now, Lord Chaitanya
Lord Chaitanya
accepted
accepted
Ishwar Puri's,
Ishwar Puri,
his spiritual master,
his spiritual master,
and
having
parental affection to him.
parental affection to him.
And therefore,
He was accepting
Govinda Das,
Govinda Das
sent by Ishwar Puri.
sent by Ishwar Puri. Therefore, he has sent you. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.53. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This is Ishwar Puri's unlimited love and affection for me. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.54. Sarvabhauma. You were Ishwar Puri's servant? Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.55. Govinda. Yes. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.56. Sarvabhauma. My lord, how can you accept anyone who is not a Brahmana, Shudra, as your servant? Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 10.136.
গোবিন্দ সম্বন্ধে সার্বভৌমের প্রশ্ন। এত শুনি সার্বভৌম প্রভুরে পুছিল পুরী গোসাঞ্জির শূদ্র সেবক কাহাতক রাখিল।
After hearing this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, why did Ishwar Puri keep a servant who comes from a Shudra family? Purport. Both Kasishwar and Govinda were personal servants of Ishwar Puri. After Ishwar Puri's demise, Kashishwar went to visit all the holy places of India. Following the orders of his spiritual master, Govinda immediately went to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for shelter. Govinda came from a Shudra family, but because he was initiated by Ishwar Puri, he was certainly a Brahmana. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya here asked Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu why Ishwar Puri accepted a disciple from a Shudra family. According to the Smriti Shastra, which gives directions for the management of the Varnashrama institution, a Brahmana cannot accept a disciple from the lower castes. In other words, a Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra cannot be accepted as a servant. If a spiritual master accepts such a person, he is contaminated. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya therefore asked why Ishwar Puri accepted a servant or disciple born of a Shudra family. In answer to this question, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that his spiritual master Ishwar Puri was so empowered that he was as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As such, Ishwar Puri was the spiritual master of the whole world. He was not a servant of any mundane rule or regulation. An empowered spiritual master like Ishwar Puri can bestow his mercy upon anyone, irrespective of caste or creed. The conclusion is that an empowered spiritual master is authorized by Krishna and his own Guru and should therefore be considered as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. That is the verdict of Vishwanath Chakravarti, Sakshat Dharitvena. An authorized spiritual master is as good as Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As Hari is free to act as he likes, the empowered spiritual master is also free. As Hari is not subject to mundane rules and regulations, the spiritual master empowered by him is also not subject. According to Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Leela 7.11, Krishna Shakti Vina Nahe Tara Pravartan. An authorized spiritual master empowered by Krishna can spread the glories of the holy name of the Lord, for he has power of attorney from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the mundane world, anyone possessing his master's power of attorney can act on behalf of his master. Similarly, a spiritual master empowered by Krishna through his own bona fide spiritual master should be considered as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. That is the meaning of Sakshat Dharitvena. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore describes the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the bona fide spiritual master as follows. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.137.
প্রভুর সদুত্তর দান, ঈশ্বর বা শক্তিশালীর আচরণ, স্নেহ, কৃপা ও মর্যাদার বৈশিষ্ট্য। প্রভু কয়ে ঈশ্বর হয় পরম স্বতন্ত্র, ঈশ্বরের কৃপা নাহে বেদ পরতন্ত্র।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, both the Supreme Lord Personality of Godhead and my spiritual master Ishwar Puri are completely independent. Therefore, neither the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead nor that of Ishwar Puri is subject to any Vedic rules and regulations.
ঈশ্বরের কৃপা যাতে কুল নাহি মানে, বিদুরের ঘরে কৃষ্ণ করিলা ভজনে।
The mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not restricted to the jurisdiction of caste and creed. Vidura was a Shudra, yet Krishna accepted lunch at his home. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka.
So, because Krishna is independent,
So, because Krishna is independent,
irregardless of what caste
irregardless of what caste
Vidura was in,
Vidura was in,
because he was a devotee,
because he was a devotee,
therefore Krishna took his lunch at his house.
therefore Krishna took lunch at his house.
While Krishna refused to take his meal at Duryodhana
While
king's house
Krishna refused to take meal at Duryodhana's house
because he was taking at his uncle Vidura's house.
because he was taking at his uncle Vidura's house.
He didn't want to take food of a non-devotee.
He didn't want to take food of a non-devotee. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.57 Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Bhattacharya, don't talk in that way. The independent Supreme Personality of Godhead bestows His mercy without thinking of birth, caste, or any other external thing. Although he would not eat the food offered by the Kshatriya Duryodhana, Lord Krishna happily accepted the food offered by the Shudra Vidura. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.56 Sarvabhauma. That is true. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 10.139
স্নেহ সেবাপেক্ষা মাত্র শ্রীকৃষ্ণ কৃপাল স্নেহ বশ হইয়া করে স্বতন্ত্র আচার.
Lord Krishna's mercy is dependent only on affection. Being obliged only by affection, Lord Krishna acts very independently. Purport. Lord Shri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is merciful, but His mercy does not depend on mundane rules and regulations. He is dependent only on affection and nothing else. Service to Lord Krishna can be rendered in two ways. One can serve the Lord in affection or in veneration. When service is rendered in affection, it is the Lord's special mercy. When service is rendered in veneration, it is doubtful whether Krishna's mercy is actually involved. If Krishna's mercy is there, it is not dependent on any prescribed caste or creed. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to inform Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya that Lord Krishna is the spiritual master of everyone, and he does not care for mundane caste or creed. Therefore, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cited the example of Lord Krishna's accepting food at the house of Vidura, who was a Shudra by birth. By the same token, Ishvara Puri, an empowered spiritual master, could show mercy to anyone. As such, he accepted Govinda, although the boy was born in a Shudra family. When Govinda was initiated, he became a Brahmana and was accepted as Ishvara Puri's personal servant. In the Hari Bhakti Vilasa, Sri Sanatana Goswami states that one who is initiated by a bona fide spiritual master immediately becomes a Brahmana. A pseudo spiritual master cannot transform a person into a Brahmana, but an authorized spiritual master can do so. This is the verdict of Shastra. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the Goswamis.
So this is a very important conclusion.
So, This is a very important conclusion.
His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada
His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada
went all over the world
went all over the world
and
and
he initiated many people,
he initiated many people,
men and women,
men and women,
who are not even born in a Sudra family.
who were not even born in a Shudra family.
By his being empowered,
But by his being empowered,
anyone he initiated
anyone he initiated
would be a Brahmana.
would be a Brahmana.
That is the conclusion of Shastra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Krishna himself.
That is the conclusion of the Shastra, Lord Chaitanya and Krishna himself,
And the six Goswamis.
and the six Goswamis. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.140.
মর্যাদা হইতে কোটি সুখ স্নেহ আচরণে পরমানন্দ হয় যার নাম শ্রবণে।
In conclusion, dealings in affection with the Supreme Personality of Godhead bring happiness many millions of times greater than dealings with Him in awe and veneration. Simply by hearing the holy name of the Lord, the devotee is merged in transcendental bliss. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.141.
গোবিন্দকে আলিঙ্গন, গোবিন্দের সর্বভক্ত চরণ বন্দন। এত বলি গোবিন্দেরে কইল আলিঙ্গন, গোবিন্দ করিল সবার চরণ বন্দন।
After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Govinda, and Govinda in turn offered his respectful obeisances onto Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. He, Govinda,
He offered his respects
offered his respects
not only to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
not only to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,
but to all the Vaishnavas.
but to all the Vaishnavas.
He received
That
although
Govinda
was born in a
was born
Sudra family,
in a Shudra family,
because he was accepted by Ishwarpuri Maharaj,
because he was accepted by Ishwarpuri Maharaj,
he was accepted by everyone.
he was accepted by everyone.
He was embraced by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
He was embraced by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.142.
ভট্টাচার্যকে প্রভুর গুরুভ্রাতার সেবা গ্রহণের ঔচিত্য নৌচিত্য জিজ্ঞাসা। প্রভু কয়ে ভট্টাচার্য করহ বিচার, গুরুর কিঙ্কর হয় মান্য আপনার।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then continued speaking to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Consider this point. The servant of the spiritual master is always respectable for me. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.143.
তাহারে আপন সেবা করাইতে না জুজাই, গুরু আজ্ঞা দিয়াছেন কি করি উপায়।
As such, it is not befitting that the Guru's servant should engage in my personal service. Yet my spiritual master has given this order. What shall I do? Purport. A Guru's servants or disciples are all God brothers to one another, and as such, they should all respect one another as Prabhu or Master. No one should disrespect his God brother. For this reason, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya what to do about Govinda. Govinda was the personal servant of Ishwarapuri. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master and now Ishwar Puri had ordered Govinda to become Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's personal servant. So what was to be done? This was the inquiry Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu placed before Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, an experienced friend.
So he was asking
Sarvabhauma
Bhattacharya
Bhattacharya
what to do in this case.
what to do in this case.
These are kind of transcendental
These are kind of transcendental
dealings with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
dealings with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Everything will be discussed on the basis of Sadhu, Shastra, and Guru.
Everything to be discussed on the basis of Sadhu, Shastra and Guru.
সার্বভৌমের উত্তর, গুরু আজ্ঞা অবশ্য পালনীয়। ভট্ট কহে গুরুর আজ্ঞা হয় বলবান, গুরু আজ্ঞা না লঙ্ঘিয়ে শাস্ত্র প্রমাণ।
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, the order of the spiritual master is very strong and cannot be disobeyed. That is the injunction of the Shastras, the revealed scriptures. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.145.
গুরু আজ্ঞা পালনের পৌরাণিক দৃষ্টান্ত, রঘুবংশ 14:46। শ্মশ্রুবাম্না তরি ভার্গবেন পিতো নির্জগাৎ প্রহিতং দিশদাৎ প্রত্যাগৃহাৎ গ্রজ শাসনং তদ আজ্ঞা গুরুণং হাস্য বিচারণীয়া।
Being ordered by his father, Parshuram killed his mother, Renuka, just as if she were an enemy. When Lakshmana, the younger brother of Lord Ramachandra, heard of this, he immediately engaged himself in the service of his elder brother and accepted his orders. The order of the spiritual master must be obeyed without consideration. Purport. This is a quotation from the Raghuvamsha 14.46. Lord Ramachandra's statement to Sita given below is from the Ramayana, Ayodhya Kanda 22.9. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.146.
গুরুর আজ্ঞা পালনেই জীবের নিঃশ্রেয়স লাভ। রামায়ণে অযোধ্যাকাণ্ড 23:10। নির্বাচারাং গুরুরাজ্ঞা মায়া কার্যা মহাত্মন শ্রেয়োহব্বং ভবতাস্য মম চৈব বিশিষ্যত।
The order of a great personality, like a father, must be executed without consideration, because there is good fortune in such an order for both of us. In particular, there is good fortune for me. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 10.147.
গোবিন্দকে সেবকরূপে প্রভুর অঙ্গীকার, তবে মহাপ্রভু তারে কইল অঙ্গীকার, আপন শ্রী অঙ্গ সেবায় দিল অধিকার।
After Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced Govinda and engaged him in the service of his personal body. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka 8.59. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So be it. Although it is not right to accept service from the servant of a worshipable superior, if the superior orders, one must accept. He accepts Govinda and shows kindness to him. Chaitanya Charita Mahakavya 13.132. From that time onwards, the very fortunate Govinda remained near the Lord's lotus feet, and having given up all other activities, served him day and night. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 10.148.
সর্ব বৈষ্ণবের প্রিয় পাত্র গোবিন্দ, প্রভুর প্রিয় ভিত্ত করি সবে করে মান, সকল বৈষ্ণবের গোবিন্দ করে সম্মান সমাধান।
Everyone respected Govinda as the dearest servant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Govinda served all the Vaishnavas and saw to their needs. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 10.149.
তৎসঙ্গে ছোট ও বড় হরিদাস এবং রামাই নন্দাই, ছোট বড় কীর্তনিয়া দুই হরিদাস, রামায় নন্দায় রহে গোবিন্দের পাশ।
Both Haridas Senior and Haridas Junior, who were musicians, as well as Ramai and Nandai, used to stay with Govinda. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 10.150.
গোবিন্দের সেবা সৌভাগ্য, গোবিন্দের সঙ্গে করে প্রভুর সেবান, গোবিন্দের ভাগ্য সীমা না যায় বর্ণন।
They all remained with Govinda to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, no one could estimate the good fortune of Govinda.
So on the order of Ishwarpuri,
So, on the order of Ishwarapuri,
Govinda had the service of Lord Chaitanya.
Govinda had the service of Lord Chaitanya.
Who can estimate his great good fortune?
Who can estimate his great good fortune?
So, because he was ordered by Ishwarpuri,
So, because he was ordered by Ishwarapuri,
and the Guru's order is always to be followed,
and Guru's order is always to be followed,
therefore he was accepted
so therefore he was accepted
in Lord Chaitanya's service.
as in Lord Chaitanya's service.
So, and many things we learn by this.
So, there are many things we learn by this.
We should understand that
We should understand that the
empowered spiritual master
empowered spiritual master
can elevate anyone,
can elevate anyone,
and that he is
and then he is
blessed by
blessed,
Lord Chaitanya.
and then he is blessed by Lord Chaitanya.
Similarly,
And similarly,
the order of the spiritual master,
the order of the spiritual master,
who is bona fide,
who is bona fide,
empowered, he can empower others
he can empower others
to also do these special things.
he can empower others also to do this special thing.
In this way,
So, in this way,
the Acharya
the Acharya
Parampara
Parampara
has empowered people to spread Lord Chaitanya's mission all over the world.
has empowered by Lord Chaitanya to spread his mission all over the world.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thus ends the chapter entitled Lord Chaitanya accepts Govinda as his personal servant. Under the section, the Lord's return to Jagannath Puri.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.